It seems like everyone online is telling you what to stop spending money on. Cut coffee, cancel subscription, don't eat out. But the problem here is you find them helpful, you feel inspired by them, but somehow you can never actually apply them onto your life. Do you know why? It's because most of that advice is not built for your actual life or what spending makes you happy. And when it's not personalized, of course it's not gonna be sustainable. And if it's not sustainable, how are you gonna be consistent and build wealth from it, right? And here's the thing, most of us don't have a spending problem, but we do have a system problem. And today I'm gonna show you how to fix that. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Angie. My husband Tyler and I retired in our 30s. I mean, you're interested in financial freedom, retiring early, traveling, join us on this road to freedom. Today I'm gonna share the spending system that took us to financial freedom in 6 years. So this spending system has 4 parts. To make it easy to follow, I'm going to share with you the tool that I have been using to track our spending. It's called YNAB, YNAB. It stands for You Need a Budget. This is not sponsored. I've just been using this for many years. Back in the day, I started using Mint to track our expenses. It was good. Intuit has really strong connections with all the financial institutions. So I got the updates pretty quickly on Mint. And then they sunset it. I was looking at just a bunch of other available options to see which one I can switch to. And I really like YNAB just because of the idea of it. Without getting too much into the weed, YNAB is using this approach of assigning every dollar a job. So it actually gives you a full view into your finance, both your income and your expenses. And I'm going to explain why it's much more powerful than just tracking your expenses. Anyway, back to this app. So this is a spending demo because my actual spending is really complicated. It's freaked Tyler out multiple times whenever he looked at it. But I want to show you the core basics first. And as you using the app, you can customize it to make it more practical for your situation. So as you see here, I have 4 main buckets. I put a number in front of it, meaning for the priorities. The very first one is to freedom. Even though we already at freedom, I still name it to freedom. To freedom is very much similar to pay yourself first. As soon as the money hits my bank account, it would go to this to freedom bucket first. What under to freedom? I would have my emergency funds. And I also would set out funds to max out my IRA or Roth IRA, whichever you are eligible for. Whatever left gonna go to the investment. Now, I made another video that shows how you can automate your recurrent investments. I prefer that approach way better than waiting for the money to hit my investment and move money from this to whichever brokerage accounts that I have. Check out this video to see how I set things up because that's really avoid a lot of human decisions and timing the market kind of tendency and make sure you always invest first even before your income hits your bank account. I'm gonna link the video in the descriptions. All right, so the next thing is recurring bills. Can be your monthly bills or your annual bills, and it would have items like rent and mortgage, utilities, internet, mobile phone, membership, subscriptions, etc. Right? So recurring bills, the idea of it is you cannot change the number. It's fixed, right? Whatever you have to pay every month. So as you're going through your recurring bills, it's a really good time to audit them. I have a friend and she's on this subscription with many of her other friends and none of them knows who's paying for that subscription. And I'm pretty sure the person who's paying for it doesn't even know they're paying for it. Those are the sneaky expenses that you should audit once in a while just to make sure that you're not bleeding out from them. To do the audit, there are 3 main questions. First one, am I actively using this? Because if you're not, just cancel it. Does it add any real value to your life or is it more like a nice to have kind of thing? And the last questions, which is the most important one, is my freedom more valuable than this? If the answer is yes, you can just go ahead and cancel that subscription or that membership. The next thing is flexible. Under flexible, I have food, transportation, and home supplies. Many people have food under recurring bills, but it's not really fixed to me. Food is something I can be on instant noodle for a while to make sure that I'm not going over my budget. So whenever Tyler and I came back from traveling, we tended to deplete our food budget completely. It's a really good opportunity to finish whatever in our pantry because going over budget is a slippery slope. You don't want to get there that often. And the last thing is just for fun. Now, this is your guilt-free spending moment. I would never be concerned about someone who eats out every single day. Well, I may be concerned about their health, but not their wealth. But if they eat out every day, have credit card debt, and saving less than 10% of their income, then yes, I would be really, really worried for that person's finance. So that's why you need this system. You can spend on whatever you like without feeling guilty. You don't have to care about if anybody judging you because that's your passion. That's what gives you joy. If you're into designer bags, go for it. People with designers bags don't have the best reputation in the personal finance community. But if you love it, go for it as long as you take care of everything above it, which is taking care of your financial health, cover all of your recurring bills, all of the flexible expenses that you need to survive. Under the just for fun, we have travels. We save a lot of money for that category so that we can travel half of the year every year. And the other two things are, so you can see Angie's and Tyler's right here. Those are our monthly allowances. However we spend it is totally up to us. And the other person has no right or voice criticizing our spending. So this is our discrete spendings that we can do whatever we want. And this is how we do finance as a couple. But you can also see the way we approach our spending is that you can build in a very strong system that gives you a solid foundation. But also you have room for fun, for guilt-free spending. And that's how you should approach your path to financial freedom. You're on the path and you have to also let yourself enjoy life along the way to keep it sustainable. So enjoy the journey, right? So those are the main core categories that we have for our spending system. We actually have one more. Our fifth one is generosity. On the path of building wealth, sometimes we just focus so much on making extra income, hustling, adding another zero to your money. That's why Tyler and I, we want to be really intentional and conscious about giving back. So we have this category to help us practice generosity. We make monthly donation, spiritual offerings, and we also set aside some money to support my parents in Vietnam now that they are both retired. So this is our spending system. Why it's working for you? Because it's built around your life, your lifestyle, your personal preferences. A second powerful feature of YNAB. So at the top right here, you see my income. I chose 5,000 to make it easy to demo. Let's say this is the money that hit my bank account. Whenever you see the money up here, that's all of the income that went into your bank account. And then you can start aside it. One rule that you have to stick to, you have to aside down to zero and not going over it. So not below, not above. You have to aside the exact amount that goes to your bank account. So this way, every single hard-earned dollar of yours has a job, right? It will go to all the categories that you have right here. So this way, none of them will fall through the crack. Every single dollar works for you. And you have the full picture of your finances, both income and spending, how your income goes into your spending. And then, of course, the spending right here is what set you up for success. For example, I'm going to put in $300 for my emergency funds and see I have like $4,700 left. So let's say I just want to wrap it up. So this is the state that you need to get to when there's nothing left to aside. And hopefully every single thing of yours is aside, right? So you know exactly how much you have for what. These are also guidelines. You don't have to stick to, oh, I have $300 on food, I have to spend down to that $300. You can move the money from one category. So let's say you have a lot for transportation and you want to give some of them for food. So you can move the money around. If you have leftover, roll to next month. Why not, right? Okay, I just want to summarize everything. You have the spending system that has 4 core buckets, and you have to move your income to those 4 buckets. Don't come up with random number. You have to use your income to dictate how much you want to go to each. I think the only thing you cannot really change is your recurring bills. So make sure to audit them carefully. You don't have to use YNAB. You can use Google Sheets. I heard that Monarch is pretty good too. You can check that out. But whichever you use, keep it simple. At the beginning, I customized the heck out of it. It was so complicated that it freaked me out every single time I came in to track my spending. Now I just keep everything really simple. You don't have to track it down to the single dollar you spend on food, right? You should have a general idea of, okay, this is how much I have for these 4 categories, and this is how much I can spend guilt-free. And that's pretty much it. Not tracking your spending and wanting to hit financial freedom is like playing dart in the dark, but the target is completely removed. I just cannot see how someone can get to financial freedom without knowing the spending. But tracking just spending is not enough because you're missing half of the picture. So you have to track your spending and your income and make sure that you assign every single dollar of your income to your spending buckets. Again, keep it simple so that you can stay sustainable and keep building wealth. Let me know which one you're gonna put it under your guilt-free spending. Share it in the comments below. All right, I hope it's helpful. Bye now.